Samahquamicw. It's a beautiful day. Welcome to Booklet 7B, covering the application of ni muta nelh in our beautiful Ucwalmícwts language. I am building this animated digital resource based on lesson number 25 that has been provided in the advanced curriculum book by the tu7 publishing house in 1981. So I lift my hands to them for making this work available to us. And my Kikia and Squachicha, Muta Nich Joy Schneider and Squachich. My name is Kikia and my English name is Joy Schneider. And I am preparing this as part of the Samahquamicw Blended Immersion program for 2025-2026. Okay, so on page 36 of the advanced curriculum, we learned that the article ni is used when we are referring to someone or something that is not around as we speak of them. Consider the following. Using the article ni. As you consider the two sentences on this card, think about how ni changes the context of the statement. So changing from ti to ni, what does that do? In sentence 1, Atzchenskan tish gizashwa, Atzchenskan tish gizashwa, I saw your mother. But using ti means that some time ago, and she may be still around here while I'm saying that to you. Whereas in sentence 2, Atzchenskan ni gizashwa, still means I saw your mother, but using ni does something very significant. It means that it was some time ago and she may not still be around. Okay, let's look at another example of how using ni in place of ti changes what we are speaking about. So, wa huilen chihash ti in shishka. Wa huilen chihash ti in shishka means my uncle is looking for you. Number 2, wa huilen chihash ni in shishka. Wa huilen chihash ni in shishka also means my uncle is looking for you. But how do they mean two different things when we use ti and ni? So for number 1, ti means that the uncle is around here looking for you. So you could be in a big crowd at a hockey game, and it would mean that when I use ti, your uncle is here and looking for you. Whereas if we said ni, you could still be at that hockey game, but if we just said ti, my uncle is looking for you, you might go and look for the uncle. But if we say ni, you'll know not to go look for my uncle because it means that he was looking for you, but is somewhere else now. So ti and ni change what we are saying, the meaning of my uncle is looking for you. So we'll try one more example for the use of ni. In sentence 1, I am saying punchkan ti in Kwalusha. Punchkan ti in Kwalusha. I found my basket. In sentence 2, if I say punchkan ni in Kwalusha, punchkan ni in Kwalusha, I found my basket. How would that tell you two different things? So we have to be very vigilant with our listening, because if it's ti or ni, it says two different things. So we use ti when speaking of someone or something that can be but does not need to be present. And we use ni when speaking of someone or something that cannot be present, passed on to the spirit world, lost, gone away, etc. And I'll do some more examples on the next slide. So punchkan ti in Kwalusha, I found my basket. And punchkan ni in Kwalusha. How are those two different? All right, so a couple of statements here. The first one, Huelp tu ni chichwa. Huelp tu ni chichwa. His house burned, which is huelp, down. And tu is being added to give us another hint, another clue as to whether or not something can or cannot be present when we're using ni. So tu says that something is done, that it is past, and it is over. So huelp tu ni chichwa means that the house is gone and it's over, it's done. So adding tu does that work. Nka tu ni mawa, where is the cat? Nka tu ni mawa, where is the cat? Nka tu is used when someone or something was around before, and just nka means inquiring without knowing this. So building a little bit on this idea of something that can, but not necessarily has to be present, as opposed to the use of nelh to say that it's not available there. So think about the rules that we just covered in the previous slides and determine whether what we're speaking about in these next 3 sentences is something that, still exists or maybe is gone. So the first one, translate into English using the interpreted words key on the right side of the page. Number 1, Pilpskan tu ni Ucwalmícwts. Pilpskan ti ni Ucwalmícwts. So that means that I lost my ring. So tu being added to ni tells us something about that. If I said Pilpskan ni Ucwalmícwts, that would mean I lost my ring as well. But without the tu in there, it would likely mean that I lost it in the bedroom or I lost it in my house somewhere. So I know it's here, but I just don't know where. But when we add tu, that means that it's gone. So maybe I lost it in the lake when I was out fishing. Okay, so Pilpskan tu ni Ucwalmícwts. The second one, plant tu chlapt ni Ucwalmícwts. Plant tu chlapt ni Ucwalmícwts. So looking at the word key on the right, we know that this one means the forest fire is already out. The forest fire is already out. So plant tu chlapt ni Ucwalmícwts. So that would tell us that including tu means that it's completely out. It's gone. There are no little embers anywhere. The forest fire is already gone out because we included tu in that sentence. In the last one, huelp tu ni Ucwalmícwts. Huelp tu ni Ucwalmícwts. And that one, as you can see, means that my house burned down. So we couldn't say that. We couldn't say huelp ni Ucwalmícwts. It would still mean my house burned down, but it would mean that you can still find it somewhere, which you cannot. When it's burnt down, it's gone. So we need to include tu. Huelp tu ni Ucwalmícwts. My house burned down. Okay, so we're going to apply ni in the sentences on the left, translate them into Ucwalmícwts, and I'm going to test myself. So if I was to say, where is my walking stick? Where is my walking stick? I would say, Inka ni Intlakaten. Inka ni Intlakaten na. For number 2, I sold my car. I would say in Ucwalmícwts, I would say, Pilpskan tu ni kauha. Pilpskan tu ni kauha. And number 3, my cat died. I would say in Ucwalmícwts, Zuk tu ni mawa. Zuk tu ni mawa. Okay, here's the answer key to the previous slide where I tested myself. Number 1, where is my walking stick? Inka ni Intlakaten. So you can see that I was correct on that one. I did not use tu there because I know that I just left my walking stick somewhere. So I know it's not gone forever. So Inka ni Intlakaten. Where is my walking stick? Number 2, I sold my car. That's Pilpskan tu ni Kauha. Pilpskan tu ni inchkaha. And I inserted tu there as well because I was thinking that once you sell your car, it could move to another country. We don't know where it is. So number 3, my cat died. Zok tu ni in mawa. Again, tu is included because my cat it's gone. And if you'll notice, I've been stressing the A's or italicizing the A's at the end of the nouns, and that applies to a rule that we learned with using the article T and the article I. So it's the same with ni. We add that A after we use ni. On pages 36 and 37 of the advanced curriculum book, we learned that when we are referring to multiple persons or things that are not around, we use nicht. Nicht. Consider the following. So I'll be applying nicht because what has been lost in this first sentence is multiples. It's more than one thing. And the word tu tells us even more about how lost those berries are. So number 1, pelpskan tu nicht in skolawa. Pelpskan tu nicht in skolawa. I lost my berries. In number 2, we see pukpukstwitash nicht scoutchiha. Pukpukstwitash nicht scoutchiha. They lost their potatoes. And so the difference between the two, the first one is pelpskan tu nicht in skolawa. I lost my berries. So adding that tu in there means that either they dumped into the river, they're gone. They're completely lost forever. Whereas with number 2, we're using no tu. We didn't put tu in there. So when you break down pukpuksh, it means to lose something by spilling. So they're not necessarily gone forever. So it could be just that they lost their potatoes. They dumped, so they have to put them back in the basket again. So again, using tu to give a little more detail as to how lost something is in the case of these sentences. So here, consider the importance of tu. How does it change the use of nicht? If we included tu in the second sentence, again, what more information would we be able have access to about those potatoes? So if I said pukpukstwitash tu nicht scoutchiha, it would mean that they lost their potatoes permanently, right? So maybe they fell off the truck and then a big semi drove over them. Okay, so we can also use tu with nicht. And nicht is again referring to many things or many people. And we're going to translate the Ucwalmícwts sentences on the left side there using the translation key on the right side of this page. So what are we saying when we say Inka tu nicht instemtitma? Inka tu nicht instemtitma? Where are my clothes? Including tu there is telling us something about where those clothes are. Number 2, pelpstum tu nicht skolauskasla. Pelpstum tu nicht skolauskasla means that we lost our berries. So how lost are those berries, and what word is giving you that clue? And the third and final one, tlak tu nicht in Chimalta iku Pembertona. Tlak tu nicht in Chimalta iku Pembertona. So my children went that way to Pemberton. Nishti. That's it for this part of lesson 25 from the Ucwalmícwts Advanced Curriculum. I hope you have fun listening for those uses of ni and nish in phrases if you're speaking to speakers, listening to speakers, and the resources available online. And I hope you'll try to apply ni muta nish in the phrases that you use in your daily life. Kukstum Kalip. I thank you all. I thank everyone who is watching and listening, and I hope applying and striving to apply what we're learning together in these audios and videos, language videos that are up on our Samahquamicw channel, from First Voices, etc. There's so much available to us today to have exposure to our beautiful Ucwalmícwts, these rule booklets that we're collaboratively working on as the Samahquamicw Blended Immersion language team, are critical to our ability to not only be able to speak the language, but to be able to read it and to be able to write it. So Ucwalmícwts to everyone who contributed to the advanced learning curriculum published by the tu7 Learning House or Publishing House in 1981. We raise our hands to you with gratitude. We also lift our hands to the First Peoples Cultural Council for their ongoing support, and the Ucwalmícwts All Nation Services Society for their ongoing administrative strengths and supports, the Chief and Council who continue to support our running this program, and again to all of you. Kahwahupa tin my language is coming back to me, and I wish the same for all of you. And Amakwishwaju, be well.